Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is Saturday. Sorry I didn't post last Saturday, because I did actually make the video, but I tried to do it on my mom's iPhone. That way I could try and focus on the ants and get a better shot of them, which worked, except when I signed into YouTube, the video would not connect, and it just said, record a video to upload, even though I had already done that, so I just couldn't post anything. The video still exists, so hopefully I'll be able to post it eventually if anything ends up working. But basically what happened, I checked on them. They have a massive amount of brood, tons of pupae, lots of new pupae, like 14, and they're at almost like 16 workers now. They have a lot of workers. And so now it's time to do an update on them. Here they are now. They're in this Ants Canada Ant Tower Small, and I took the lid off to try and get a better shot of them, which I hope will work. But I've been noticing that they need bigger and bigger meals each time, because they're just getting, their colony population is so big and they have so much brood. So as you can see here, they have a drop of honey and 2 flies that I caught and pre-killed for them to avoid A, the suffering of the flies, and B, make it easier for the ants to actually eat them. And I also tried to introduce a bunch of springtails because there was some mold, but that didn't actually end up working, and I think the ants ended up just eating all of the springtails because the springtails were super big and they were super small. The ants were small and the springtails were big, so they just became food. But the ants have discovered the food, as we can see. One of them is drinking honey and one is running around. They have dug a lot of tunnels, and I did show them in the last video, but they dug out a whole chamber and a bunch of tunnels on the sides, including extra like exits and entrances to the nest throughout their little ant tower here, as you can see. So I'm going to close the lid. I just opened it, like I said, for a better shot of them just eating the food. But they have been flying through food and then demanding more very quickly. So I've been giving them much bigger meals. And sadly, we did have a casualty because when I was feeding them, one of the ants tried to run out. And sadly, when I closed the lid, it actually smushed the ant inside. So that ant, rest in peace. But hopefully it did a good deed before it died. So, I mean, now it's time to show you guys what they've done. I'm gonna try and set up a camera, and let's go. Try not to vibrate the nest too much. I need light. Hold on. I'm just gonna do it here. So one of the ants ran back into the nest, one of the original 2 that were feeding, and just told everybody, hey, there's a feast outside. So now there are 5 ants eating. Let's get a shot of those. Look at that. There's 4 outside. The 5th one just ran back in. Oh, and there's the 4th one too. They're all running into the nest. You can see that one is running in. Oh, and it's going back. What are you doing? I'm so confuzzled. There we go. So the 3 ants are currently drinking the honey. That's why they're standing still. And one of the flies, it looks like I didn't actually kill, because it's kind of moving. It ran off the wax paper. Where are my tweezers? My tongs? So I'm just going to grab him. Put him back on. I accidentally startled them. It's hard to hold a whole computer and feed ants. So yeah, they're kind of cautious around the flies, but that is their protein. So they're running through and getting more honey. they're kind of checking out the flies, but earlier this week I fed them like 3 fruit flies, and they carried all of them back into the nest. And fun fact, with bigger brood for ants, they actually just set the fruit fly on top of the larvae, and that way the larvae will just eat it freely, and they don't have to use prophylaxis, which is basically like what birds do, how they just mouth-to-mouth regurgitate the food that they already ate for the babies. Hold up. Let's go back to the YouTube video. Where was I forgot. Alright, so the bigger larvae, they just set the fruit fly on top and they eat them freely without doing prophylaxis. I think I already explained that. And so while they're eating, I think I'm kind of just going to talk and then show you guys the queen. But it's kind of just, you guys get to watch them eat. I wonder if, like, if anything happens when I do that. Or does it get blurry? I can't tell. I can't really see. There we go. I'm sorry for the little bubbling noises. That's actually my arrow garden right there, which cilantro and basil. I needed to make an update on them. I kind of just forgot. I got lazy with it. But basically, I've had to clip all of these like 3 times, and I've gotten just handfuls of basil and cilantro. Like, so much. Oh. Never mind, he was just getting a better position to eat. So, I think what I'm going to do is just close up the lid. Or, what I was thinking about doing is leaving the lid opened and instead putting baby powder along the barrier, so that way I could just freely monitor them and they would not escape either, and I could feed them as well. So one of the ants have run under the wax paper. Oh, there he goes. And now it's time to show you guys the queen. Oh wait, another worker just came out of the tube. Oh, they exchanged. One worker came in, the other just came back out. One just came out, one of the workers. One just went back in. Yeah, so there's a lot of traffic with the workers. Let's, put that back. Nope, he's running away again. What I think I'm going to do is quickly get some fruit flies and put them on instead, because I'm pretty sure they like that more and they're easier to give to the brood. I couldn't find any fruit flies. On to the queen. The footage I'm about to show you guys is of a Lasius Niger queen, and there's a lot of eggs and larvae, so if you guys are afraid or you are wigged out by bugs, I don't even know why you're watching this video in the first place, but now's your time to click away. It's not like it really matters because my camera can't pick anything up anyway, so it's like depressed laughter. But okay. I'm okay. Oh look. I'm sorry, I just cannot. I get addicted to just watching them drink honey. It's kind of soothing and calming. It's just satisfying. So what I'm gonna do is just take the lid, Ants Canada logo. Let's go. And just seal it back up. I don't know why, but I never use the feeding hatch. I just open up the whole dang thing, which I think is only meant for cleaning, like deep cleaning the nest. But who cares? Who cares about cleaning? Actually, I do, because now I have a bunch of mold growing, which I've cleaned it up by now. most of it. There we go. And there we go. Let's reveal. So what you can see, those 2 workers right there, 3 workers, are doing prophylaxis, which we just talked about earlier. It's like a mouth-to-mouth thing. Never mind, they broke up. But they were transferring the food. Looks like that ant is going out to explore for himself. And let's actually try and get a shot of the queen. Okay, so if you guys can see, yeah, mostly. So what it looks like is right there, they have dug a tunnel into the cotton. That's where the queen kind of hides. Number 3-way prophylaxis. And then there's just workers. Some of them are hiding in places of the cotton that you can't exactly see. But you can see tons of workers running around. Earlier, this week, I actually saw a light gray worker, which, if you guys don't know what that means that hacker is newly hatched, which means there is one noob among us. 4-way prophylaxis. Who has ever seen that before? Okay, and then you can't really see it that well. There's the queen. She's kind of just cleaning herself. Yeah. And then she has, like I said, you can't really see. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pupae. Is that right? Yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19? Yeah, 19 larvae. I mean big larvae, which means that they are not little eggs that just hatched. These larvae are like gonna spin themselves a cocoon any minute now. So back over here, got some more workers drinking honey. And what I'm waiting for is them to move into this. Move into the ant tower, because they have been in the tube for a while and I don't think that it's very comfortable for them, because they also have made it a trash chute. So their cotton is filled with poop and it's very disgusting. I don't like it. I want them to move. Stop pooping on your water source. Like, these ants are so annoying. But I love them. They're great. Try and get another shot of the queen. I'm gonna tilt the camera and see what we can do. You guys can see that any better? Probably not. Yeah. But she is huge. She is gigantic. Ant shenanigans. Oh. They are. It looks like they figured out that first fly is not necessarily dead. So they're kind of attacking it. They're injecting it with formic acid, which is like a stinging action, but they're not stinging it, they're just spraying acid on it so it melts. Well, not like that's any better, but that was the most awkward and depressed laugh ever. So I'm not gonna expose it for too long, because last week I just witnessed 6 worker prophylaxis. It's usually only 2. That is insane. I'm gonna close them back up. I'm going to stop stressing them, because last week, I stressed them for too long, and then the queen decided to just run. Like, she dashed like a tarantula dash. She was going so fast. She just ran out of the test tube, through the tube, went into the sand, and just hid in the chamber. And I thought, did she just move? What was that? And then she moved back into the cotton. I hate them so much. No, I love them. But just move into the sand. I also caught another queen this week. So the ants that I have are Lasius Niger, the black garden ants, and they are black. That's hence the name black garden ants. I mean, kind of obvious. But they have a very close relative species, Lasius Niger, which are the exact same thing, but they're a little less territorial, a lot more common in my area, and they are light brown. They're known as the meadow ant, so I caught one of the queens, a meadow ant queen. I'm mad at this queen, though, because she keeps jumping on her back and just sitting there and then getting stuck, and then I have to grab her test tube and flip her back over, and then somehow she gets entangled in the cotton. Like, a couple days ago, her leg was entangled and she was just hanging there for like hours, and then I finally saw her and I was like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? She's like the most difficult queen to keep alive. She's doing fine now, so it's time to check on her. Let's see. Now, I can't tell if this queen is Lasius Niger. I'm pretty sure she is. She looks a lot darker on camera. But she could also be Lasius flavus. So this queen is beautiful. Looks exactly like the Lasius Niger queen, and I would show footage like this. Only difference is they are in a much bigger setup, so it's hard to give them footage of their queen, but their queen looks exactly like this, but she's just black. Just imagine that this is the Lasius Niger queen, the queen that hopefully you guys saw over there. So she hasn't laid any eggs, but she's alive, and that's all that I need, because if she doesn't lay eggs or she keeps on eating her eggs, I could just brood boost her, which basically means just grab wild pupae and then free workers. As you can see, low quality, but she's cleaning herself. She's cleaning her antennae. So she has like yellow legs, but she could also be Lasius Niger, because like I said, she looks exactly like Lasius Niger. She's just a little lighter in color and harder to compare the color. What is she? What is this position? No. Wait. Hold on. There's no way that... I think she just laid an egg. I think that's what happened. So yeah, one egg. I'm probably wrong though. She was probably just cleaning herself. Woo! I'm gonna put her away again. You can never stress founding queens too much, because then they'll eat all their children. Even just a regular queen like that one in the gigantic colony that I have over there of like 15, 16 workers, she'll eat her children. She hasn't been doing it recently, and that's because I think when a colony is more developed, the more workers that they have, the less bothered that they are if their nest is opened up. Surely they're still bothered, but they really couldn't care less. Maybe they could care less, but because I mean, last time she just moved just completely out of the test tube. Well, then she moved back, but still. Okay, this video is getting long, so I'm gonna stop right here. If you guys want to know what those ants actually look like up close, because you can't really see it on the low quality, just search up Lasius Niger. That's Lasius space Niger. I'm sure you guys could have figured that out. I'll probably just leave it in the comments, or you could have just read the titles of one of the videos, but whatever. I feel like that was kind of cringy. But please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.